He leads us all the way, playing proper football, the Sheff United way. Ale, 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 ale.
Welcome to the Sheff United Way YouTube channel. How are we all doing out there? If you're a Blade, like I am, you will be absolutely buzzing tonight. What a finish to a game. Wow. Just wow. I've not celebrated like that in a while. I don't feel like we've had a last gasp winner like that. Like, it was literally the last 10 seconds to finish in style like that, because what a finish as well that was. Oh my God. Let's not forget Ryan One as well, scoring to get us back into the game. His first goal for the club at such a young age. Oh my God, what a night. What a night. It wasn't by any means a match to remember for the rest of your life in regards to the performance and how we played. But those two moments, especially that last gasp winner, was just a joy to watch and a joy. This is why we watch football. This is why we fall in love with football. And we don't get these sort of moments too much, do we? These I'm going to say it again, last gasp moments that just fill you with such joy. So yeah, what a night. What a night for the Blades. Let us know how you're feeling in the comments, because it couldn't have really finished much better, that game, could it? Let's be honest. Oh, I'm still trying to come down. Still trying to come down after that, because it was, yeah, such a fantastic moment. And as well, do you know, when people say football's just a job to some players, seeing those players just sprint into the away fans, just showing them all the love and thanking them for going all that way to Bristol, and doing that in style. Oh my God, so good, so good. This is going to be difficult because I can't put into words how that last gasp moment has made me feel, because it was just a joy. It was just a joy. I don't even want to talk about the rest of the game. I just want to talk about those moments, but I suppose we'll have to. Let's talk about, first and foremost, the team that Chris Wilder put out, because it was a bit of a wild one. Jez Raksaki on the bench, Arblaster on the bench. I thought he'd have changed the two fullbacks as well, which he's been doing recently, which he didn't. More not starting. Like, who saw that coming? I know we've got 3 games in a week, but I still didn't see it coming. I'm surprised Cooper didn't get rested for this game. It's yeah, I did not expect it in the slightest. Harmer to be playing centrally as well. Yeah, it just always a little bit wild tonight. So and Peck starting. We'll talk about Peck in a little bit more detail soon. But yeah, I looked at that team and I'm thinking, we are on a high. We've been playing well recently. I say recently, we've won 2 games on the bounce and we lost 2 games before that. So in the last 4 or 5 games, we've won 3, lost 2. So yeah, not the best, not absolutely like untouchable like we were earlier on in the season. Obviously, those 2 defeats have humbled us. And it's nice to see us get 3 wins on the bounce. Like, who would have thought would have gone away to Leeds and Borough and getting beaten and I won't say comfortably by Borough, but we certainly got schooled by Leeds, and Borough we didn't really offer much other than Raksaki's shot that was cleared off the line by Ayling. But to come back from that and just win 3 games on the bounce like that, scoring 2 goals in each game. Obviously, we've only conceded 1 in 3 games, which was from the penalty spot. I think Cooper was sort of trying to take his arms away, but caught him. But again, we'll get onto that in a little bit. But yeah, it's just fantastic to be a Blade tonight. It really is. I'm buzzing. I'm absolutely buzzing about what's happened. Yeah, in the first half, we started the game really good. 10, 15, 20 minutes into the game, we practically dominated that first half in ball possession. Harmer's was really the only chance that I saw us scoring from. And really, he should have put that away. I know it was from a sort of acute angle, but anywhere else, this goes in the back of the net other than wide post foot. Because even if it is inside of foot, that's ended up in the back of the net. He smashes it so hard that that can't go anywhere else other than flicking off a foot and going in the back of the net. Yeah, it was such a great strike. And he almost like put himself into the side net and he smashed it. It was still going forward. Do you know what? It almost felt like when Mark Duffy was talking about the goal that he scored against Wednesday, it was almost like he just hit it with such venom because he was just frustrated. And maybe that's got something to do with him not playing recently. Or maybe that is just Wilder kind of being a bit cautious with his with the knock that he's carrying. So who knows what goes on behind closed doors, but he certainly hit that harder than I've ever seen him hit anything else. Unfortunately, hits the post and comes out. The other big chance in the first half was Naki Wells at the other end. Ball got played in. I think Suter misses the clearance. It lands to Naki Wells. He gets just in front of Anel. Cooper, I won't say no man's land, but he's not getting towards the ball, and he flicks it just wide of the post. Like that looks like it should have gone in from Naki Wells. But it ends up 0-0 at half time. Not a lot to write home about other than the Blades just kind of dominating possession. It says here in the first half, 57% of the possession. It felt a lot more than that, in all honesty. But neither of us had a shot on goal. One shot off from Bristol City, 2 shots off from us. Yeah, a couple of shots blocked, 1 for each. Not a great deal happened in that first half. I think the Blades huffed and puffed, got into some really good areas, but that final ball was never good enough, or we didn't get ourselves into the best possible position to put that final ball. I think that's more accurate. The fact that we kept getting it on that on that left-hand side with O'Hare and Burrows, and Burrows would always check back. O'Hare doesn't feel like I don't think he has got the pace, but Burrows doesn't feel like he's got that pace to just nip past a guy and just put a quick ball into the box. Those two were kind of being really negative with each other in that first half. And Brooks on that right-hand side, he's obviously playing with a defensive right back in Gilchrist. So you really need someone on that side who's going to be really direct, and that's what Raksaki brings you. Brooks likes to play more kind of 1-2s and likes to pass in triangles and then get played in. He doesn't particularly like picking the ball up and running at a player. And I think that's what we struggled with, especially in the first half. In the second half, he didn't get much better. I think Bristol City were marginally in the first kind of 20, 25 minutes of that second half the better side. They were very, very slightly better, I would say. But they had a really, really good chance, kind of. I think it was about 10 minutes into that second half. Jason Knight heads the ball wide from a fantastic free kick. I don't know who's supposed to be marking him, but he looks unmarked. It looks like it's destined for that bottom corner. But yeah, he heads it just wide, and yeah, he probably should have done better with that. Cooper wouldn't have had a chance because it came in with such pace that unless it's straight at the goalkeeper, it's always going in the back of the net. And then this is where we went for the triple substitution. We brought on Kiefer Moore, Ollie Orblaster, and Jezza and Raksake. Off came Tyrese Campbell, Sidney Peck, and Andre Brooks. And I thought, do you know what? That is perfect, because all those 3 players improve us in those 3 areas. Even though I thought that Tyrese Campbell had a pretty decent game tonight, he looks the complete opposite, polar opposite of the player that I very first saw in a Sheffield United shirt. He looked ambler, he looked off the pace massively, and he was off the pace, Tyrese Campbell. He struggled with his fitness, it seemed, and yeah, anything and everything Tyrese Campbell struggled with. Tonight, I felt like you could feel the confidence like flowing through his body, and he kind of got onto every ball. He was getting in there with going toe to toe with their big centre backs. He looks a lot pacier than I thought he was as well, in all honesty. He just didn't really get that support up top. I think Gus played quite well in patches, and Gus always looks like he's going to do something, doesn't he? That's the thing. That's the thing that you don't get with Callum O'Hare sometimes, even though he created this madness at the end with getting the player sent off in the end. But yeah, with Gus, even when he's not particularly playing well, you always feel like he could do something. And Gus is deceptively fast as well. Like the shot that came off the post, it looked like the defender was easily going to get back and cover him, but he was away from him straight away. And I know I've always thought Gus is deceptively fast because he looks like he's got such a big frame for such a small guy. I'm not saying anything else about Gus's weight or anything, because I know footballers are very, very, very lean and very, when they look like that, like a Dean Windass sort of thing, they're always kind of, even if they are stocky, they're certainly not carrying that sort of weight, but he certainly moves across the grass really, really quickly, Gus. And when those three came on, I was really excited. And yeah, we looked better in the final third, but we still didn't really create much. There was one where Jezan Raksaki played Arblaster in, and all he needs to do is roll the ball to Gus Harmer. This is really towards the end of the game. We're talking 75 plus, maybe 80. And Jez gets the ball on that left-hand side. I don't know why he was sort of playing on the left for a little bit of when he came on. He lays that ball into Arblaster and playing through the lines. And Gus has just stood sort of just inside the box, all on his own, just saying, give me the ball and I will put this into the back of the net. I think this was before the penalty, actually. Yeah, it was. And he's just waiting and waiting and waiting. And Arblaster puts way too much on it. And it goes past Gus and he's like, why? Like, Arblaster's passing is so good as well, usually. And he showed it for the goal, didn't he, for the winning goal. But if Gus gets played in there and Gus scores, we win this game 1-0, in my opinion. And we don't have to have all this madness. However, I really enjoyed the madness, so I'm glad it happened in the end. But it certainly would have been better for the old ticker if Gus would have slid that in the back of the net and the Blades would have won 1-0. But who's going to remember a 1-0 in 30 years' time? I'll certainly remember 2 goals in the last few minutes, especially one with 10 seconds to go in 30 years' time. Maybe I won't. It was Bristol City away. But at the same time, these are the sorts of games that you need to win if you're vying for promotion. These are what promoted sides live on. Coming back from 1 goal down away from home and winning, scoring a last-minute winner like that, this is what you do when you get promoted. I'm not saying we're getting promoted, not for a second. But right now, we are second in the division. I know we're going to keep saying this over and over again, but if it wasn't for the 2-point deduction, we would be top of this league right now, because I believe we're only 1 point behind Sunderland. Obviously, other teams have got games to play and stuff like that, but it's nice to put yourself in such a great position. It doesn't matter if teams have got games in hand or whatever. Right now, we're still really early on in the league, in the season, sorry. And we just need to keep winning games. And the fact that we lost 2 and then came back with 3 wins on the bounce, fantastic to see. All the players seem like they are just, buzzing to be playing for the Blades and look sharp and look confident. Even in the first half, I thought we strung our passes together really quickly. We just didn't find that killer second to last ball, if you like, or get into a good position to put the ball on a plate for a striker or cut the ball back to a midfielder to have a go. But yeah, that's just going to help us no end going into the Derby game. And do you know what? Let's talk about the Derby game for a second, because Wednesday have won tonight at home against Norwich. They've, dispelled, I don't know if that's the right word, but kind of forgotten about getting absolutely hammered at home against Watford. And they've obviously beaten Norwich tonight. I saw the first goal. It was a very well taken goal. Second goal was apparently George Long's fault. Bloody George Long. Yeah, let's get into talking about the goals now, because that's where we are in the video. Armstrong goes through one-on-one, really lovely ball in behind our defence. It goes round Cooper, or he's starting to go around Cooper. Cooper brings him down. I feel like Cooper looks like he's taking his hands away, but he still catches him. Obviously, the striker is going to go down. We would expect our striker to go down. Cooper catches him. I don't think Cooper really expects not to give a penalty away here. Happy with him getting booked, shall we say. Very happy with him being booked. Would have been devastated to see him get sent off there and not play against Wednesday. But no, he gets booked. What's the player's name? Mehmeti picks the ball up, puts it on the spot, fires it past Cooper. Cooper's not far away from this, you know. And when you look from behind the goal or kind of facing the goal, he's standing just to his left rather than right in the middle of the goal. And that must be a ploy. There's no way a goalkeeper of Cooper's sort of experience and stature stands there without knowing what he's doing. So maybe he stood there saying, kick it in that side. And it's trying to play the mind games with the penalty taker. But yeah, he puts it in that same place. Cooper gets down, but not down quick enough. It's not right in the corner. So I think Cooper, there's a chance of him saving this, but there's just a little bit too much power on it, and Cooper can't get down quick enough, which is fair enough. Sariki comes on for Gilchrist, and I'm always a Sariki fan, in all honesty. Massive, massive Sariki fan. I think more came off for One just before the penalty as well. And it's gutting to see Kiefer Moore go off. It really is, but it gave Ryan One that incredible moment. So, yeah, it couldn't have happened without Kiefer Moore getting injured. So we don't want to see that happen, but what a moment for Ryan One. Hopefully Kiefer Moore will be back for the next game. Didn't look too good when he went off. Suter also picked up an injury that got us a little bit worried in the first half. Goes down following a corner, but he got on with it and played the rest of the game. Hopefully that means that Suter is fine. But anyway, let's get into this Ryan One goal. The corner comes in, it's really deep, and we've used that quite a lot this season. That ball to the back post from the corner. Suter heads it back across goal. It kind of ricochets up in the air. And Ryan One is a big guy. He's tall. He's got a big frame. He jumps up higher than everybody else. And I thought from first glance, this was quite an easy header. He jumps up and he heads it into the corner. Yeah, no problem. He doesn't. He jumps up and kind of like almost like back flicks it into the corner. It's a fantastic header. It's a wonderful header that lands in the top corner. And no one's stopping that. The keeper's nowhere near this. And I don't believe there's a player on the line. And that's Ryan One's first goal for the Blades. That's what a time to get it as well. Because I think, yeah, with those two away games against Leeds and Borough really took it out of us, and we didn't really put up a great fight against them to try and get back into the game. So it's nice to see us, even though it is only Bristol City. I don't want to say that because Bristol City are a good side, and Bristol City will be between 12th and 6th, in my opinion, if not a little bit higher. I think Bristol City will have a good season this season, but in regards to kind of going away to Leeds and going away to Middlesbrough, it's much more difficult to kind of get back into that game. And the fact that we've done this tonight is just wonderful. And do you know what? If it wasn't for that corner happening, we wouldn't have scored this goal. And that corner came from the goalkeeper making a big mistake, dropping it when there was nobody around him. Nobody even attacked the ball, and he drops this and it goes out for a corner. If that doesn't go out for a corner, we don't get back into this game. Not in that moment anyway. We may still get back into the game, but I don't know. Maybe we don't. And then the red card comes. Dickey gets the ball, and Callum O'Hare kind of blocks his pass off, and he's going through. And do you know what? I'm not 100% sure this is a red card. Now, the reason for this, the only reason why I say this, is because he takes a terrible touch before he really pulls him back or drags him down, and there's kind of like 2 or 3 defenders just running at O'Hare. O'Hare's not got the pace to get to that. No chance. Not a goal scoring opportunity anyway. But we'll take it. We'll absolutely take it. If he pushes this ball right in front of him and he's going through 1-on-1, yes, that is 100% a red card. But like I said, just that touch, he takes it really far wide rather than straight in front of himself. I don't think this is an actual goal scoring opportunity. I don't think that O'Hare gets himself into a position to score a goal from this moment. But who cares? Who cares? We give it away a penalty. It gave away a foul, a red card. I thought Dickey had a really good game, in all honesty, as well. So a little bit gutted for him, but on the other hand, really, really not gutted for him too, because it meant that we won this game. Yeah, from the free kick, Gus Harmer takes it. It's a bit of a tame one. He kills it on target into that corner. I think he was just trying to get it on target and not overthinking it. And yeah, he's just not enough on it. The goalkeeper reads it, runs over that side, catches it pretty comfortably. Anyway, we keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And the fact that we've got 7 minutes injury time, I think that just gives us that little bit of impetus. And they, instead of trying to defend well, they just kept trying to catch us on the break, even with 10 men. And that obviously backfired on them massively. And yeah, the ball's kind of going out wide to Burrows, crosses coming in, ball coming back out, and then it lands to Ollie Arblaster's feet. He threads a lovely little ball through to Harrison Burrows. The thing is, it's not just perfectly into his path for him to shoot. He's getting dragged here as well, Burrows. He manages to hold him off and then use that to spring away and hits the perfect shot into the bottom corner. And do you know what? In that moment, there's nobody else I would want in that position than Harrison Burrows, because we all knew from the Peterborough highlights or highlight reel of Harrison Burrows that he's got a quality shot on him. And obviously, he just needed that goal, that first goal to come, which he did at the weekend. And then obviously you get 2 goals in a week. It just seems to always happen like that. I remember Egan scoring 2 goals in a week. I think it might have been Burnley and Wolves. Some players just, when they get one, they just have the confidence to be like, I can get another one. Like if I can score one, why can't I score another one in the next game? And yeah, it came at the perfect time. Like I say, I believe it was about 96.50 or 96.40 or something like that. Because I'm thinking, this is over. This is going to be. We need to get the ball in the box quickly, because if we don't, the referee's going to blow it. And then obviously, once we scored the goal and the ball went back to the centre circle, it still took about 30 seconds for him to blow the whistle, when actually he should have blown the whistle roundabout or maybe just after the goal was scored. So absolutely crazy end to the game. Really, really enjoyed it. It's certainly brightened my week up. And like I said, it's going to be a fantastic Steel City derby now. Actually, saying that, it'll probably end up 0-0. We'll probably do the whole the thing that we did last time, where we just absolutely battered them, 70% possession, and then just aren't able to score. But Wednesday's just won tonight. We've done what we've done tonight. It's good for the neutral, shall we say. Obviously, we hate it. We hate derbies because they are horrible to watch. They're horrible to go through. But yeah, it's just exciting to get the derby back in. It's been a long time. It's been a long time coming. Brandon, brilliant. James Cheetham. Cooper gets his first mistake out of his system before Sunday. Good point. Good point. Is it? Yes, it is definitely a mistake, but there's not a lot goalkeepers can do in that situation. He either rounds you really, really simply and puts it in the back of the net, or you attempt to get it and possibly bring him down. So in that moment, I think the mistake was actually more from the defence. Amazing end to a game. The kind of result that gets you promoted. There we go. We were speaking about that earlier on. We've accumulated more points than any/every championship team. Did we expect that? Absolutely not, Alan. Absolutely not. Would you start One or Campbell on the weekend? Well, I'm hoping it's going to be Moore. I'm hoping Moore's going to be starting at the weekend. But I think if Moore's not starting, it will be Campbell. And I'm not against that. I'm not against that at all. Outstanding characteristic performance. Ryan One always known there was something about him. Said it for ages. Play him. I love Ryan One. I think it's just looking at the sheer size of him. Like he should not be that physically developed at his age. And sometimes I think you can look at someone and think they're ready just because of how they look. But yeah, he's obviously got a long way to go. But he certainly helped his cause to start in the derby tonight. How do we win that? So poor breaking a team down, and one up front isn't working if there's no support. O'Hare and Peck were way off it tonight. I think City Peck is either brilliant or the complete opposite. I think he's got so much confidence and belief in himself that he puts himself in these little areas where he's got two men round him, and he just feels the confidence that he can get out of it. And quite a lot of the time in the Championship, you're going to struggle to do that unless you're a really, really special player, like an Iliman Ndiaye, for instance. It's going to be difficult to get out of those areas that you put yourself into, and he does that a lot. And a lot of his passing is quite, I don't know, he's just not enough on it, or he's not aware enough of his surroundings that players are closing the player down that he's trying to pass to. I thought O'Hare was poor as well tonight, in all honesty. What a result. Lots of teams dropping points to Bristol. Really shows the character when Leeds didn't get 3 points off them. Absolutely. And they're not going to win every game. But they've drawn a lot of games, and we could have easily drawn this game tonight, or even worse. Paul Hurd just says Vinny. Vinny was wonderful again tonight. You could say that's 3 man of the match performances. I said it in the last one that it could be 2 in a row. This could be 3 in a row. I don't know who it's been given to tonight. It's probably going to be given to Burrows because he played the majority of the game, and he obviously scored the winning goal. So I'm expecting it to go to Burrows. But I think Burrows checked back a lot tonight. He put some good balls in as well, though, in all honesty. But yeah, Vinny was just fantastic. Gutted about more. Amazing win. Just let us know, guys, if Chris Wilder said anything, because I've literally jumped on this as soon as practically the match is finished. So let us know if Chris Wilder said anything about Moore or even Brewster, because obviously Brewster wasn't on the bench tonight. Went crazy, smash and grab. They were a better team for most of the game, but we rotated and won. Amazing. Not sure about that. We were definitely the better team in the first half. I think we were not far off it in the second half as well, in all honesty. But yeah, obviously recency bias. You're thinking that they were certainly a lot better in the second half than they were in the first half. Adam says feel amazing, but I'm not going to pop it on screen for obvious reasons. I don't give how we play as long as we get the result, and by heck, that's a result tonight. I don't think we were terrible. I do not think we were terrible tonight. Fantastic. These are the points that get you over the line. 2 right, Anthony. 1 looks right. Own it. We're going to struggle with this, aren't we? Because when it's not got the accent on it, which I'm not going to put the accent on it when I'm typing either, but when it's not got the accent on it, it's so easy to read it as 1. One looks a right unit, bigger and stronger than I realised. Burrows, key to the city. What a sided. I love that, Alessandro. What an end to a game. Fantastic. I didn't hold much hope after the penalty, but wow, fantastic. Double fantastic. Andrew loves to see it. Jack Parker, all I'm going to say is up the blades. Love it. He is the one and only. That's hard to say, actually, that, isn't it? I love that people are putting the accent on as well to help me out here. Points are points. Charles is not wrong. Very similar to when we went up last time. Played crap midweek and sneaked to 1-0 with Iliman. Great way to win. Not had one of those since Egan scored against Wolves. Yeah, is that right? Is that how long it's been? Because that Egan goal was literally, it felt like last knock-ins. I can't remember the last time we scored a really, really, really late goal like that. Oh, you gotta love a late goal, aren't you? As a Leeds fan, fair play. Thanks, Nipper. Thank you. Cracking win. The Wurzels got buried. Serves them right after cheating their way to 3 points on. Do you know what? That's a great point, Jaden. That is a great point. And I see you are CCFC. Was it Coventry that they did that against? I'm assuming. But yeah, it works itself out in weird ways, doesn't it? Sometimes love those battling blades wins. Up the blades, can't wait for Sunday. Even at this early stage of the season, the Borough's goal could be a defining moment. It could be. It's certainly going to give us confidence. Absolutely. One was 10-1 to score any time when he came on. Ka-ching. Very well done if you've put that on. A great win. You cannot beat a last-minute winner. I'm falling in love again. The only downside is the injury to Moore. Hopefully not a long-term injury. Fingers crossed for it. Fingers crossed. Great for all the travelling blades. Just about the 3 points tonight. Roll on Sunday. Thank you, David Vintar. Love to see you in the comments. I thought some of Borough's crosses were first class. Some of them were, some of them weren't, but some of them were. Callum West, a proper win that weren't at our best by a long way, but another result grinded out. So many different emotions all game, and especially the last 20 minutes. On to Sunday. How's everyone's nerves? I am very, very nervous. I'm even more nervous now, especially after Wednesday winning. Tonight. One has scored more than Brewster and O'Hare in one shot, one goal, one opportunity. This shows just how we need to revisit our starting 11 up top, end of field. Coach Say, absolutely buzzing. Nothing beats a last-minute winner. Scenes in our away end. The joy on all the players' faces. Good times. Unlucky to not save the penalty. Great result. Fair play to the Travelling Blades. They deserved that win. I am pleased for Harrison Burrows. Not expecting anyone to believe me, but I've known Harry all his life, friends with his dad. I don't not believe you. Put it that way. Chuffed for One. He's going to be needed this season. Burrows proven to be quality signing and fitting in as well. Hope more is available Sunday. Campbell had a swagger about him, and his confidence was there early on. Totally agree, Lee. Totally agree. Ola, Bristol City. Don't know what that is. Anybody know why Cooper was left of centre when penalty was taken? Yeah, that's what I mentioned earlier. I don't know. It must have been kind of like a mind game sort of thing. Hart now. The City sing the Rovers ran away. Okay. Bristol City fans still absolutely buzzing even after losing the last minute. I noticed that too about Cooper's position for the pen. Assume he wanted him to put it where he did and hoped he saved it. You still live? I'm still live, Mark. I am still live. How do you feel about the starting 11? I wasn't enamored by it, but I think we'll see a completely different 11 for the next game. Obviously, we're going to have some force changes in there, but Arblast will be back in there. Let me think. Who else was it? Who else? Raksaki will start, I'm sure, because I don't think Brooks really did much for his case tonight. That's the sign of a promotion-winning team. Absolutely, Watson Brown. I love that name. Love that name. What a win. Come on, you Blades. Eon. Let me know. Eon. I'm going with Eon, like the energy provider. That pushes momentum on. It really does. Sousa was absolutely dominant today. He had Wells in his pocket all half. Burrows was great. Sousa was great. We'll miss more on Sunday, though. Hopefully not. Hopefully we'll be there. We can pass on the transfer. Can we pass on the transfer window, please? We haven't got any good players. Huh? Okay. I've seen enough. Ryan One is the second coming of Illiman and Jai. Give him the number 29. Oh, let's not talk about Illiman. Let's not talk. He's got some left foot, that Burrows kid. Abso-flipping-lutely, Craig. What an ending. Vinny is outstanding. And one was up for it, which... One, I've done it again. And One was up for it, which was great to see. Roll on Sunday after the Trotters. Up the blades. Thank you, Mark, from a Canada blade. Oh, let us know where in Canada. Burrows had all the mannerisms of George celebrating that goal. He did. He really, that's a great point. That is a great point. It's great. Wednesday have won. Hope they are high on confidence, so we batter them on Sunday. Oh, I'd love to see that. Daryl, nice to see from you, mate. I jumped out of my seat then as we hit, and as hit the deck, I remembered I've only got one leg. Yeah, I did see that. Sorry to see that, mate. But that is quite funny. That is quite funny. Smash and grab for us, but we did rotate and still got the win. Very good side from what I saw tonight. Though Bristol could easily get top 6. Get into the fan zone early on Sunday. The lineup is going to be the best one yet. Absolutely agree. Rich, you're doing a fantastic job. Great to see you every week. I'm sure everybody will be there. Come on, Blades. This isn't difficult. My damn power went out in the 60th minute, so I missed it. Was the comeback as good as it sounds? Matthew. It was so good. I'm sorry to bring that. Information to you. You did ask for it, but it was so good. It was so good. I'm just going to put that back down. It was so good. About time we get last minute winners. I have every confidence we beat the Snort Beast on Sunday. I cannot wait to destroy the... Okay. I'm going to fly through some now. John, we've not seen you. Think my neighbours hate me again. My wife certainly hates me because I woke her up twice screaming. So I'm with you there, mate. Come on. I even explained myself. It's only Bristol City. I don't mean it's only Bristol City. I was comparing them to Leeds and Middlesbrough, which you expect to be near the top sort of 4. You don't expect Bristol City to be in that sort of bracket. So I explained myself. I thought I'd explained enough. Apologies. Unless up to them scoring, then all of a sudden pumped in early crosses. Caused chaos, better tactics than the boring pass with no chances created. Yeah, you're possibly right there. Wow, so many comments coming in. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here. Chris, great to see you. What a result, Nick. What a result, Chris. What a result. Wow, Nick, that was such an impressive comeback. We would be top now. If it wasn't for the deducted 2 points. Yep, you're not wrong. Cooper wasn't at fault. He had no choice. Yep, agreed. Was saying that earlier on as well, mate. Burrows and Cooper have been fantastic signings. You are not wrong. One should start Sunday. A young, hungry player feeds off moments like that. Oh, agree. I hate Steel City derbies. I won't sleep all week. Who are you having, Nick? Vinny or Berger? Oh, I'm not going to answer that because right now I'm always going to say Vinny. So I can't really answer it properly. They're 2 different players. Vinny Souza. I said I weren't going to say it. Craig agrees. Morton Campbell together works better. Sometimes you have to win ugly. 2 right. Right, let's fire through. Don Berry, nah then. Resulter, Brad T, get in. Well done. What a game. Good luck for the rest of your season. See you after Christmas. Thank you very much, Kieran. Do you know what? Fair play, because I don't think if I've just seen us lose in the last minute at home, I don't think I'd be on the opposition's fan channel. So fair play, Kieran. Thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. Dare I say we nicked it? Nice one, Keith. Nice one. Just top man. Fair play to Sheff United. There we go. Let's leave it there. Thank you so much for everybody joining me tonight. I'm buzzing, as you can see. I hope you guys are buzzing as well. Apologies for all the Bristol City fans that have joined us here tonight. You were really good, and you probably didn't deserve to lose a game. You might have even deserved to win the game in parts. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining me. On to the Steel City derby, one that we haven't seen in some time. I'm very, very excited for it, and I hope you are too. Leave your comments also in the comments if you are here right at the end of the stream, or if you're here afterwards, or even if you're listening on podcast, leave us a 5-star rating. Obviously, what else are you going to do after a night like tonight? Thanks a lot. See you soon.
Ollie, ollie.